Three unforgiving rounds in Atlanta have taken its toll on both the superstars of Monster Jam and their 2-ton titans groomed for destruction. Three champions have emerged from the wreckage
Maxed out.
as the professor shined in the old school spotlight while the rising star rode the wild side to superstar status. And the ultimate opportunist took his shot and unleashed the beast to victory lane.
Destruction.
This round, only one question remains. Who's next? This is round 20. This is Atlanta. This is Monster Jam. Nice air. And he saves it. There is your wow factor.
Big air out of the box. Awesome move. Look at that.
Welcome to Atlanta Motor Speedway, just south of downtown Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Scott Jordan alongside Colt Stevens. 3 rounds so far here in Atlanta, 3 different event champions. Last round we saw Ryan Anderson win the first 2 competitions of the day, finish in the top 5 in BKT Freestyle, and still miss out on the event championship. Todd LeDuc crept in, stole the championship right out from under Ryan Anderson. Colt, Todd is the ultimate opportunist. What happened to Ryan Anderson to allow Todd to win the championship?
You nailed it right there. He was consistent. He was right there in each event. Didn't win one, but he was right there on the cusp, and that's what it takes. You know, he capitalized on Ryan Anderson having some bad luck and in his freestyle early, and that put him on top.
Let's take a look at the driver lineup for round 20 in Atlanta. 5 different competition winners so far here, with Tom Meents and Ryan Anderson winning 3 apiece. So, Colt, who in the lineup can step up and end the night in winner's circle?
You know, I've said it before, and I'm going to have to say it again. Ryan Anderson, he was fast in both racing and had a very technical 2-wheel out here in Atlanta. So if he can keep that truck together, communicate with his crew chief, and get it fixed and 100%, he's going to be the one to win this event.
A driver that hasn't won a competition here in Atlanta is Megalodon's Adam Anderson. Now, Colt, you and I saw Adam in Salt Lake City earlier this year win 11 races in a row. He's 1-3 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. What is going wrong for Adam Anderson in Monster Energy Racing?
One word, breakage. He's been having nothing but issues in racing this. He can't keep that Megalodon truck together. It seems like he's breaking axles or drive shafts. He's just having so many issues, but hopefully he's got those all sorted out. He's got it fixed and be 100%. He can go out there and win racing today.
Let's hear from the 5-time World Finals champion and head downstairs to our pit reporter, Leslie Mears, and this UNOH Pit Report.
It's been a little bit of a tough road to hoe for you, Adam, over the last several events. And, you know, we saw you so strong in the championship series and then in the arena events that you competed in. And so is there a little fatigue on Adam Anderson?
You know, it is on myself, but also the equipment. And sometimes it doesn't show itself. It's tough. As soon as I feel like I'm getting in the groove, the truck lets me down. And it lets the crew down. They don't want that to happen because they don't want the fans to see that, or for myself as a competitor. But as the weekend's gone on, I feel like we're finding all those little things, and hopefully we've broke all those fatigued parts and pieces, and we can come out on top for the final event.
Guys.
Thank you, Leslie. Let's take a look now at the Monster Jam Steel Titans 2 video game event breakdown. Our drivers will compete in 3 competitions: Monster Energy Racing, the Great Clip Skills Challenge, and BKT Monster Jam Freestyle. 12 points will be awarded to the winner of each competition, with a total of 36 points on the line, and the driver with the most points at the end of the night will be crowned the overall event champion. It's time for Track Talk, presented by Great Clips. So, Colt, for our 4th round here in Atlanta, we're going to get off the dirt, so to speak, and focus on some things we saw in the last couple rounds, and that is that both sides of this incredibly long track have these asphalt areas of the NASCAR track, and we've seen a lot of drivers veer off to that asphalt, trying to turn back around, taking a lot of time off the clock, also avoiding the obstacles. So what's going on those 2 sides of the track?
Well, Scott, it seems like the dirt crew has pushed a lot of that water to the outsides, and the drivers have had to adjust. Now, there's only a couple drivers that are actually spinning that truck around real quick and getting back on the track. The other drivers are kind of going real wide, trying to make sure they get lined up for what they need. But unfortunately, that's taken a lot of time off their 2-minute freestyle when it's got a track that's 1,600 feet long. So they need to get that turn done quickly and back on the track as fast as they can so they can get back to hitting the obstacles.
Let's take a look at the Monster Energy Racing bracket. Round 1 matchups are set. Megalodon, Wildside, Rage up against Gravedigger, Avenger going at it with Zombie, and Bad Company head-to-head with Monster Mutt Dalmatian, Galaxy. Round 2 buys going to Bakugan, Dragonoid, Monster Energy, Great Clips, Mohawk Warrior, and Max D. Colt, look at those round 1 matchups. Which one are you looking forward to the most?
Scott, I love this first race right here. You got Adam Anderson, the veteran, versus up-and-comer Zach Garner. I'm watching that one.
Adam Anderson's lost his only matchup with Zach Garner this year.
Yeah, and that one was for the points championship back in Arlington. So this is kind of a rematch, and I know Adam Anderson is looking for some revenge.
Here we go off the line. Adam with a great jump, and he is on a roll. Zach Gardner hits the jammer. He goes high with the front end up. But Adam gaining speed, though. Adam Anderson gaining a lot of speed as soon as he got down from the jammer, and that's the difference. So Adam Anderson riding the ship here in round 1.
Adam's truck absolutely got out of the hole so fast, and he came up to that jammer, executed it perfectly, got all 4 tires back on the ground, making power and getting across that finish line.
Our second matchup in round 1, Corey Rummel in Rage, Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger. Corey 2-0 against Kristen so far this year. Going back to round 18 in Atlanta, Corey Rummel did beat Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger, so she's having some issues over there in the right lane. And Kristen Anderson now being pulled off the track, so issues here for her in round 1. Corey Rummel gets a bye run here in round 1. Corey Rummel does get across the finish line, so he will advance to meet Todd the Duke. Our next round 1 matchup, Jim Kohler in Avenger, Bari Musauer in Zombie. Third meeting of the season between these two, 1-1 apiece. So the rubber match here for a 2-time World Finals champion and a 2-time Guinness World Record holder. Off the line, we got that single jammer.
Whoa, Jim goes way too vertical.
And he's got a wheelie in racing. It's not the Great Clip Skills Challenge, but a highlight moment there for Jim Kohler, but it's going to lose in this race.
You know, Jim always says, if you're not going to win, you better make the highlight reel. Well, he definitely did that there.
Our final matchup in round 1, it's John Gordon and Bad Company against Lindsey Reed and Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
Here's something to think about, Scott. This is a 4th round of racing here in Atlanta, and this is only going to be second pass John's made down this track.
Now he does get a good start in round 20. Look at the brake check, though. He goes way too hard into the jammer.
He's wheeling in too, Scott.
And he is off the track. He is off the track. He gets across the finish line. We got to look at the replay to see if he did break any of the rules there.
Wow, that was a close race. You know, both drivers making a mistake. John Gordon jammed those brakes hard coming into that jammer, gets it gathered up, but Lindsey Reed is just bouncing back and forth on this track, so John was able to edge her out.
John Gordon will advance to take on Tom Meents and Max D. And now we can take a look at the bracket. Moving on to round 2, Ryan Anderson will go up against Adam Anderson in that first matchup. Todd the Duke against Corey Rummel, Bryce Kenny against Bari Musauer, and Tom Meents against John Gordon. Round 1 delivered. Round 2 is on deck. Can Ryan Anderson extend his racing winning streak in Atlanta? Find out. Welcome back to the last of 4 rounds at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Round 2 of Monster Energy is about to begin with an epic matchup. Ryan Anderson versus Adam Anderson, the 6th meeting between these two, and Ryan 3-2 in 2021 so far. Adam with the push off the starting line. Adam with some huge air. Ryan crawling over the jammer.
No, Adam went way too big over that jammer.
And that is the difference. Ryan Anderson going to make it 8 races in a row. Our next matchup in round 2 is going to be Todd LeDuc, Monster Energy in the right lane. His opponent was supposed to be Corey Rummel in Rage and Zach Garner in Wildside back on the track in the left lane. So Rage having some issues right now. Zach Garner gets to come back into the bracket.
What a lucky break for Zach Garner.
Todd hits the brakes. I like the nose on the ground for Wildside. That's huge, but Todd LeDuc. Todd LeDuc getting it done again in Monster Energy Racing. He's going to advance into the next round. Take us through the Super Glue to the action replay.
Yeah, Todd comes up to the jammer, keeps it nice and low, but Zach was low as well. I thought he was going to get the win, but Todd was just able to edge him out. One thing I noticed is that Zach seems to have run out of gear. As you can tell, the truck nosed over. When it does that, that means he's at the very end of what that motor can actually put out.
Our next matchup in round 2, Bryce Kenny, Great Clips, Mohawk Warrior, Bari Musauer in Zombie.
Nice start from both drivers.
A great start off the line for both. Here we go. Bari Musauer checks it up extremely. Bryce gets way up in the air.
Ooh, too much air from Bryce.
And Bari Musauer is going to make him pay for it.
It's all about that jammer. We see Bari here get it down just right. Truck soaks it up, and he's able to get across that finish line.
Our final matchup in the second round of Monster Energy Racing going to be Tom Meents and Max D, John Gordon and Bad Company.
John Gordon has the least amount of time on this track out of all the drivers out here at this time.
I think John gets a better start than Tom does. Tom stood still for just a second, and Tom's got some problems here, but so does John Gordon. And Tom Meents will advance to the semifinal round. As we take a look at the semifinal bracket, it's going to be Ryan Anderson against Todd LeDuc, Bari Musauer against Tom Meents. Our semifinals about to begin. Ryan Anderson going to be in the right lane, Todd LeDuc in the left lane. Code, I want to talk to you about these stats here for Todd LeDuc. Todd's racing record this season, 37-24. He is 4-18 against the Andersons. And then you take that record against everybody else, and it's 33-6 against everybody else. That's incredible.
Yeah, definitely. You know, he hates to lose to the Andersons, and he pushes it every time he races it. And sometimes I think he thinks about it a little bit too much. He wants to beat him that bad.
Ryan Anderson's racing winning streak on the line here. And he kind of gets his back tire stuck on the jammer, but it's not going to stop him at all. Here comes Ryan Anderson off the left side of the race ramp. We got to take a look back here to see if Ryan Anderson got the tires down across the race ramp. That is the rule. So Todd LeDuc is going to get the win here.
You won, buddy, you won. Are you kidding? No, you won it. Good job, dude.
Wow, what a call there, Scott, but we've heard it before. You know, I thought Ryan definitely had it. He nailed that jammer, but he got a little crooked coming up to the finish line. And whenever you come across that last jump, you have to make sure and get both front tires on it. And he was off to the left, didn't get that left front on.
Now Ryan Anderson gets a 5-second penalty. Our final matchup in the semifinal round, Bari Musauer and Zombie. He is going to be in the right lane. Tom Meents and Max D in the left lane. Great starts for both superstars.
Oh, Bari goes way too big.
Way up, and Tom Meents is going to take advantage of that. Look at the time for Tom Meents. Look at the unbelievable finish.
Tom definitely capitalized on Bari's mistake there.
So our final round is set. It's going to be Todd LeDuc and Monster Energy, Tom Meents and Max D. Tom gets lane choice. Where are you going in the finals, Colt?
Man, it's a hard one, but I'm going to have to go with Todd LeDuc. He's been smooth and consistent across that jammer and laid down some fast times.
We're breezing right through the bracket. Our final two drivers look to do the A-Town stop all the way into winner's circle. The Monster Energy Racing finals are next. Welcome back to Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's the final round of Monster Energy Racing. It's Todd LeDuc and Tom Meents. Tom Meents won racing here in round 17. Todd LeDuc has made it to the finals in round 18 and round 19. Tom Meents in the left lane with lane choice, Todd LeDuc in the right lane. We've seen both of them successful in both lanes throughout these 4 rounds.
Yeah, this is going to be some tight racing right here, Scott.
We have a green light. We are off and running.
Oh, Todd is sliding all over the place.
Yeah, but Tom came down awkwardly from that landing onto the jammer. So here we go, finish line. Tom Meents gets it done and wins his second racing title in Atlanta.
Watch as Todd comes to that jammer. The truck just gets a little too squirrely. He's not able to gather it up in time, and Tom takes advantage.
Best time of the weekend right there. Yeah, it was. Definitely. 11-something.
11.840, so Tom Meents staying in that 11-second range.
He definitely has more experience than any other driver out here on a speedway, and that shows.
Let's go down to the track. Leslie Mears with our racing winner, Tom Meents.
Tom, you just kept getting faster and faster. So how have the conditions affected your racing and made you better over the course of the weekend?
This track was super fast today. You know, traction was actually at a premium. Best it could possibly be. Good moisture content in it. Let Max D dig out of the hole.
Let's take a look at our first BKT overall event leaderboard after Monster Energy Racing. Tom Meents getting 12 points with a win. Todd LeDuc 11, Bari Musauer 10, Ryan Anderson with 9, and Zach Gardner with 8. That's our first BKT top 5 of the night. With racing in the books, it was time for our second event of the night. Let's take a look back at the Great Clip Skills Challenge. Each driver had the option to attempt 2 technical maneuvers on 2 wheels or a donut. Competitors attempted a variety of moves and combinations and were judged based on creativity, skill, and execution. 12 points were on the line towards tonight's overall event championship. So let's take a quick look back at our top 3 competitors. Bryce Kenny, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior with this nose wheelie. He's been mastering that all season long. He would finish in 3rd.
It was a good shot. Way slicker than we thought, that's for sure.
Ryan Anderson of Bakugan Dragonoid goes completely vertical in this wheelie. He'd finish in 2nd.
Complete control, angry driving. Sometimes that's all you need to do is just get mad.
And Adam Anderson rejuvenated here in the Great Clip Skills Challenge. He would win it with a vertical wheelie slow roll down the ramp.
When he's looking up, all he sees is sky, so that's great truck awareness and knowing where he's at on the track.
After his win in the Great Clip Skills Challenge, Leslie Mears caught up with Adam Anderson of Megalodon.
What a turnaround, Adam. You go from not knowing if you're going to make it back for the competition to taking home the victory.
You know, it feels good. I feel I had a little bit of luck on my side finally this week. And, you know, not only thanks to all the other crew members, team owners, they were back there, and myself bashing on the truck to get it back out on the track and to take the skills win. Man, I was pumped about that. I honestly felt like I got lucky. The other competitors had some bad luck because of track conditions and because of their equipment maybe. But I was able to walk away with it, so I'm stoked right now.
After 2 competitions, we can take a look at our BKT top 5 leaderboard. Ryan Anderson on top with 20 points. Tom Mentz with 19. Bari Musauer with 19. And then Bryce Kenny and Adam Anderson each tied with 17. So 3 points separating the top 5 in our second BKT top 5 of the night. It's been an electrifying round so far, and round 20 will continue with our official halftime report. Everyone in Monster Jam is proud to be partners with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Become a partner in hope and receive a custom St. Jude and Monster Jam We Won't Stop t-shirt. Text Monster Jam to 785-833 or visit stjude.org/Monster Jam to learn more. Welcome back to Monster Jam. This is round 20 in Atlanta. I'm Scott Jordan alongside Colt Stevens. And Colt, I think up to this point, in our 4th round in Atlanta, this is the closest race we've had for the event championship going in the freestyle. You have 3 points separating our top 5 competitors. Ryan Anderson is out in front. Tom Mentz, Bari Musauer tied just 1 point behind Ryan. And then Bryce Kenny and Adam Anderson 3 points behind Ryan. So this should make for a very interesting freestyle competition.
Interesting is right, Scott, but the biggest thing is this is going to be exciting. These guys are all gunning for the win here. We got some of the best drivers about to go out on this track for the first time with some dry conditions, so I'm excited to see what we have in store for freestyle.
So Ryan Anderson has an event championship here. Tom Mentz has an event championship here. So of the other 3 contenders, Bari Musauer, Adam Anderson, and then Bryce Kenny, who has the best shot at winning a trophy tonight?
Scott, I'm going to have to say Adam Anderson. You know, he hasn't really had any good luck here, but I think maybe he's got the gremlins out of his truck and it's going to stay together. And he showed me last event how much he wants to go out there and how big he's going to go and just hit anything. So I'm going to have to go with Adam Anderson.
Well, one of the drivers on that list in the top 5 leaderboard has a legitimate shot to dethrone Ryan or Tom. I'm talking about Zombie Nation's Bari Musauer, and he's standing by right now with Leslie Mears in this UNOH halftime pit report.
So the cards seem to be falling in place for you, Bari. You got a couple big racing wins today, and it seems like you're still kind of flying high off that freestyle victory.
Yeah, momentum is a good thing. Anytime I can get a win under my belt, it's good for the next event. Next time I go out, try to give it my best shot, try to do it all over again, hit my marks, and it's going good so far.
Thank you, Leslie. Not only do our drivers have to bring their best each and every round, but they also have to look camera ready, which means they need a fresh haircut, and there's no better place to get that movie star look than at Great Clips. So we decided to tag along with Bryce Kenny and Ryan Anderson on one of their recent trips to Great Clips. So Cole, what do you think went down?
I guarantee a lot of smack talking, and I bet this is going to be funny.
I think you're right there in the ballpark, so let's go ahead and check in on their visit to Great Clips with Bryce and Ryan.
All right, now that's a way better haircut. I'm just telling you.
I mean, it's
right now.
I know it looked pretty good.
Well, you look,
but it wasn't that bad.
You looked terrible before. Like, you were kind of embarrassing me for me to have to walk around with you a little bit. Like, it was so bad.
Coming from the guy with a purple mohawk?
Oh, come on, man. You know, the fact that we had to come up here to Great Clips, I had to make sure that you got your hair cut because I was sick and tired of looking at your face at that point.
Well, all right. So, okay, you got your victory here.
Yeah.
I want my victory on the track.
Okay.
I want some type of like a bet, a wager.
All right, one that's fan judged. Everyone's waiting to see a little bicycle.
Maybe so.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Well, I don't do any bicycles. I do moonwalks all over the place.
Well, you better do a good one
Well,
then.
good.
Because whoever wins the Great Clip Skills Challenge
Yeah.
gets to sit back and enjoy while the loser polishes their entire Monster Jam truck.
Well, here's the thing. My truck needs good cleaning, all right? And yours is an absolute disaster because when you go out there and do the skills challenge and you manufacture your little sidewall donut thing, I don't even know if I could get a polisher on that thing.
That's fine because I am not combing that mohawk you got on the top of your truck. I am winning this, and I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna enjoy while you have to find every crack and crevice on that crazy body
And you know what I'm
polish
not
the thing.
doing? I'm not polishing the horn on the front.
Actually, you know what? You better get in there and vacuum my seat out. I want my seat vacuumed.
You got a horn on the truck and you got a horn on your head. The
Get out of
horn
here.
haircut.
This is. Don't talk about my horn, man.
Come on, man.
Our first competitor, Ryan Anderson in Bakugan Dragonoid. He goes big, gets a slap wheelie, vertical, the nose of the truck straight up in the air.
Look at that, riding it.
Our final competitor, Bryce Kenny, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. He gets the nose up. Ryan Anderson winning the Great Clip Skills Challenge. Coming up, the drivers have one last chance to wow the fans and get the points. It's BKT Freestyle, and it's next on Monster Jam. Welcome back to round 20 of the 2021 Monster Jam season. It's the last of 4 rounds at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and just one competition remains. Now, Cole, we've been through 3 mud-soaked rounds with this track of freestyle. It's starting to dry up a bit, so is this the round where the drivers start to take more risks on that track?
Absolutely, Scott. After everything we've been seeing, the breakage, the mud, these drivers are finally going to get a chance to let loose on this track, hopefully have some great conditions, get some traction down, and I bet we're going to see some fast-paced action with some huge air.
The driest track and 4 rounds of action could lead to some big moments. It's time for BKT Monster Jam Freestyle. Here comes Zach Gardner in Wildside. First onto the track for tonight's freestyle competition. This kid has stormed into Atlanta and made a lot of noise. A rising star in Monster Jam, his first overall event championship and only his 2nd stadium event.
And he just keeps heating everything out there. He's got a whole straight line of nothing but hits. I like what he's got going on.
So there's that far side of the track. There we go. He's not going all the way around, entertained by that bus. He's going to swing it right back around to the middle of the track and hit that right race lane. You maximize your time here. You and I have been harping on that all weekend. Maximize the time you have on this gigantic track, and Zach Gardner's doing that right now.
Good air up the Carvan car. Oh, yeah. I like that. That's an aggressive hit right there.
Oh, yeah. Zach Gardner step up, gets the nose down.
Spins it right around.
Flying over that car stack. Now Zach Gardner, center track, center lane. We got a backflip coming from Zach Gardner.
Ooh, aggressive, but he gets it.
He lands it right
Go, go,
on
go,
the
go.
nose of the front 2 tires, gets the leverage back.
Yeah, buddy.
And back on all 4 BKT tires. Those
Send
tires built for backflips like that, and huge air over the bus now for Zach Gardner.
Having some fun out there. Zach Gardner is just sending that truck. First truck out, putting on a show.
First truck out, hit the first thing he saw. Now
Look
he's
at
going to
that.
the deep side.
Doing some drifting.
Now you hit the bus. This is your final wow moment. Put the exclamation on it. He's got to hurry.
Man, I bet you he is smiling. That he is having so much fun. Huge.
Accelerating
Send it,
over
come
the
on.
bus. And that is the first freestyle run of the night. And what a run it was for Zach Gardner. Let's take a look at the Super Glue to the action replay.
Backflip, goes into it. I didn't think he was going to get it, but he catches the perfect bounce to get it back to the tires. Then he goes out and then absolutely sends it off the bus stack.
Here comes Bari Musauer in Zombie. So Bari, the first of the current BKT top 5 on the overall event leaderboard to compete in freestyle.
Definitely, and one thing about it is the fans absolutely love this zombie truck. They love doing the zombie arms for Bari.
He trails Ryan Anderson by just 1 point, and Bari won freestyle last round, so you got to feel pretty good about his chances as we get going with Zombie's run. 2 freestyle wins on the season for Bari Musauer.
again, going wide there, Scott. Let's see, it's 1, 2.
And it's the strategy. He crossed up in the Great Clip Skills Challenge.
I mean, you're talking 10 seconds before you can get back on the track. That's costly time.
It's just that bus, and maybe it's because that bus is in better condition than the one in the center that Ryan Anderson decimated in round 19.
There's a nice slap wheelie.
Up over the center, bus clears it. A lot of air on that one for Bari.
Here's one thing you got to think about as a driver. We cannot see the other side of that ramp. That bus stack is so big, we can't see the jump behind it. So you got to be careful and know where you're at. So when you land on the other side, you don't run right into that backflip ramp unless you absolutely want to.
And when this lineup was announced back at the beginning of the year for the Stadium Championship Series, a lot of comments on social media about Bari's arena experience being one of the stars in the Triple Threat Series and how he would adjust to stadiums. And I've been very impressed with his progression thus far into these giant stadium events.
Oh, Bari puts on a great event no matter if it's arena or stadium. Going for a backflip, huge!
Look at the air, back on the right rear tire. An awkward landing, but he skied it and went sideways. What a backflip attempt for Bari Musawwir. Talk us through the super glue glued to the action replay.
Going into the backflip, absolutely huge backflip, man. I don't know if they could get that truck back out here. That's a lot of damage.
Out of Hiram, Georgia, here's John Gordon in bad company. He's going to send it. That's a way to start a run.
Yes,
Slap
sir.
wheelie on the backside of the jump.
I'd really like to start my run that way because I know how much it's going to hurt if the truck is working correctly or not. So if you can come out and send it first jump, and that just sets the tone for the rest of your freestyle.
If you're the other 11 competitors in the field, you don't want John Gordon driving angry. I think John Gordon's driving angry just based on the results of the 4 rounds here in Atlanta for him.
Oh, absolutely. I love that move right there. He came off of one jump, wheelie, set it down just the right time in order to do the step up perfectly.
He's getting great acceleration off these jumps. Even the smaller ramps, he's getting a lot more than what we've seen out of most of these drivers here on the small ramps. That's a testament to John's skill as a driver.
I really like the loud noises in between each ramp, too. He's really getting the fans' attention. Using the cars as a berm. Nice move.
Takes the grass as a lane to get over by the backflip ramp.
Nice. Good air there. Again, kind of catching a little bounce in the front. Looks like the front's pretty reboundy.
Now he's going to line it up for the Monster Energy backflip ramp. First attempt for Gordon. And he gets a great bounce on the front BKTs and a little moonwalk action.
Yes, sir. Nice job there. I thought he was going to under-rotate, but he got it done just like Zach. It's time to let her eat, buddy. Go out there and have some fun. Yeah,
he is going to give the crowd some dirt.
Yeah, doing a forward momentum donut or the Megalodon, what do you call it?
The Sharknado donut. Look at Gordon. John Gordon, full-on Sharknado for bad company, too. Off the left side of the ramp, slap wheelie again on the bounce.
Good job.
And time has expired for John Gordon. Best run we've seen out of him since he got here in Atlanta. So well done for John Gordon. Take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay.
Comes into that backflip. Man, that's an abrupt transition there. And I thought he wasn't going to get it just like Zach, though. He was able to pull it off. Lands on the front 2 tires. And then after that, it's just sending it.
And here comes Adam Anderson with 17 points, and he launches Megalodon.
He is on a mission, I can tell you that, Scott.
Another launch for Adam Anderson.
Watch the speed difference here.
End of the bus, got to slow it down a little bit. Crossing up to the left side, whipping it. And look at the body on Megalodon just crumbling to pieces on the track.
Loses the hood, now he's got better viz. All right, whip it around, buddy.
Adam Anderson needs a first place finish here in freestyle for a chance at the overall event championship. He started off his run great.
Man, I can tell you that truck looks like it's landing pretty good for Adam. He sure is going big back to back.
Crossing it up
off the
again.
bus.
That is a full-on whip over the bus onto the crush cars.
Did you see that, though? Experience right there. He was leaning hard to the right, but he turned the tires to the left to compensate for the truck when it landed. He knew it was going to go the other direction.
Right back to the bus again.
Right here, he's
crossing
turning
it up.
right. He's leaning to the left, and you think, no, you got to turn into it. But no, you don't. You got to turn away from it. That way you can react on the other end.
How did that wheel not snap in two pieces?
That's because he turned to the right. If you turn into the left, it would jab that front end in, potentially break a four-link bar. That's experience, 100%, Scott. Man, side slap city. He is known for doing that. Unfortunately, he's got to be careful because that is very hard on the planetary gears out there on the end of the axle.
What a run. I don't even know where to start on that. So let's take a look at the Super Glue glued to the action replay.
Adam was known for flying sideways through the air. That's called a side slap. And actually, that is extremely painful. That's one of the hardest hits we take as a driver because there's no shocks on the side of the truck. So him to do that back-to-back, it's a testament. He was out there to win this event.
Great freestyle competition, but right now let's take a look back at some of our lower performing trucks. Corey Rummel in Rage. The Extreme Air not enough for the fans. Then Lindsey Reed, the World Finals freestyle champion, could not replicate her championship run. Bryce Kenny, so consistent, did not line up with the score. Jim Kohler could not get the fans too excited to elevate him in the top 5. And Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger finishes near the bottom. We're 8 trucks into BKT Freestyle, so let's take a look at our BKT top 5. Currently Bad Company in the lead, Zombie in second, Wildside third, Megalodon fourth, and Rage in fifth. So Bari Musaracolt in second place right now, just behind John Gordon. That puts Bari in the lead for the overall event championship, but he still has to hold off Ryan Anderson and Tom Meents.
Yeah, he's got some big dogs coming, nipping at his heels.
Tom Meents has become synonymous with hitting the maximum moonwalk in the Great Clip Skills Challenge, riding it all the way to a World Finals championship.
You know, Tom has come up with a lot of new moves for Monster Jam, but in this event, he actually came up with some old school moves.
Absolutely right, Colt. The professor did go old school on this legendary Atlanta track, first greeting the crowd with a classic crab walk entrance, and then performing a rare Max D donut in the mud, elevating into a cyclone.
You know, one thing about doing these donuts is you actually have to be able to get some traction down. And at first, I didn't think Tom was going to be able to do it. But then as he keeps the rotation going, he finds some dry soil, and he's able to get the 2 inside tires up off the ground. What a great move, knowing exactly when to set it back down.
Tom Meents spinning his way into this round's Monster Energy action of the week. Who will win the final freestyle competition in Atlanta this season? We're going to find out right now as freestyle continues on Monster Jam. Welcome back to the exciting conclusion of round 20 in Atlanta. Before we continue with our freestyle, let's catch you up with the current BKT overall point standings after the first 2 competitions. Up in front, Ryan Anderson in Bakugan Dragonoid, Bari Musauer in Zombie, Tom Meents in Max D, Adam Anderson in Megalodon, and Bryce Kenny, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, rounding out our current BKT overall event top 5. Here's Tyler Duke in Monster Energy.
Oh, psych. I thought he was about to hit that jammer wide open.
And he's picking up some serious steam over the cars. A lot of elevation for the back 2 tires and right over the bus.
Bud Boggin.
Tyler Duke, a perfect example of consistency in round 19, not winning a competition and still winning the overall event championship.
Oh, nice slap wheelie there.
Tyler Duke started to pick up steam, had to hit the brakes, gets a slap wheelie again on the side of the ramp.
Where's he going? He's missing a whole bunch of stuff there, Scott.
Yeah, he's avoiding everything right now just to get back to the bus. Tyler Duke has a plan. I'm not sure what it is right now, but you got to trust in a 2-time World Finals champion. Oh, here we go. We talked about that. The bus jump into the backflip combo.
Oh, broken tie bar on the front. That was an abrupt hit.
Stop. I'm stopped.
Cole, you and I have been talking about that combo move, the bust into the backflip. Todd LeDuc tried to nail it. Take us through the Super Glue to the action replay.
Holy cow, he rolls into this perfect downside. He sets this up. Nice combo move here. Nice momentum, but watch this as he hits a trench. Ooh, man, that sucker just broke immediately after hitting that box. I bet you if you had a camera on Todd's face right there, he looked like a kid with his face up against a window. It hit so hard.
Ryan Anderson, Bakugan Dragonoid coming into this competition as the current overall event leader. As I mentioned earlier, Bari Musauer in second place in freestyle right now. So if Ryan falters, Bari can take it.
Ryan's got a little extra element out there. They left Monster Energy out on the track. Whoa.
Oh, I thought he was going right for the backflip ramp. He used it as a berm. He's going to run out of room here if he accelerates over that bus right into look at him using Monster Energy. A little roost. A little roost there. You talk about chicken in the hen house. There's your rooster in the hen house.
The Andersons are known for doing that. Us drivers, we always talk about how they spin around. They're always trying to roost you. Look at that donut down there. That's cool. Adding a little flair.
Ryan Anderson has more competition wins than anybody in the field. 7 racing competition wins, 7 wins in the Great Clip Skills Challenge, and then 3 in BKT Freestyle. Gets the left side of Bakugan Dragon on the cars, and then it hits the back tire.
They're running the ragged edge, buddy. Oh, see, this is what I was talking about. We could get a Purette. Oh, just not quite enough. Oh, he just wants to park it up there. Oh, they shut him down.
Wow. 30 seconds left on the clock for Ryan Anderson. Ryan Anderson not done yet. Here we go again.
Now he's mad.
Now he is real mad.
He's mad
and
now.
He's taking it out on the track. Whoa, side bump on the race ramp. And then he goes back for more. Wow, unbelievable.
Wow.
So Ryan Anderson gets stuck up on the bus, finishes the run for the most part. Take us through the Super Glue to the action replay.
Man, Ryan Anderson was out there on a mission. He was trying something different. He wanted to crush that bus, but unfortunately the truck shut off on him. And that left Ryan Anderson mad. When you got a mad Anderson, the truck's gonna pay.
So right now, Bari Musauer in line for the event championship, but Tom Meents is on deck, and Tom Meents can still win it.
The professor has to come out here and put on a clinic if he wants to beat Bari.
Here comes our final competitor of the competition, Tom Meents in Max D. Whoa! Let's not get lost in the conversation that John Gordon stands in line to win freestyle here.
Nice little two-wheel there off the rebound.
Tom Meents knows what's at stake here, and he is not going to go out quietly right now. He is going to send this thing and try to win the event championship. Started it off in Atlanta with a win, winning round 17. Could close us out in Atlanta with a bookend championship.
Spinning it around with some style.
Maximum donut action.
Oh, cool.
Oh, right on Monster Energy.
Oh, hey, Todd.
Tom Meents catching the backflip ramp, the trench box, and then catching Monster Energy. Side slap into a nose wheelie. You know, Tom Meents has something up his sleeve right now as he is gliding across the asphalt portion of this racetrack. 20 seconds left.
Hands are hanging out the window. Come on.
Look at the air from Max D, straight up and down into a nose wheelie.
Way to send it off with a bang.
And that is going to do it. Tom Mentz's run is over. Now we await the fans, scoring a lot at stake. John Gordon has never won a freestyle competition in a Monster Jam Stadium event. Bari Musauer has won an event championship before. Would love to make it 2 here for him in Atlanta. 8.433 for Tom Mentz. So John Gordon will win freestyle, and Bari Musauer will win the event championship. We can now take a look at our final BKT Freestyle Top 5. John Gordon winning this one. What a night for him. Bari Musauer second, Ryan Anderson third, Zach Gardner in fourth, and Tom Mentz in fifth place. Let's head downstairs. Standing by with our freestyle winner, Leslie Mears with John Gordon.
John, what was it like as you were waiting for those final few trucks to run?
You know, it was a crazy experience. My best buddy, Ryan Anderson, he went out there. He was second to last in freestyle. He did some crazy sidewall drift into a jammer up on two-wheel bicycle, something only he could do in these wet conditions, and then he crashed out early. So I got away with a lucky win here, but you know what? A win's a win. It's my first Monster Jam Freestyle Stadium win right here in my hometown, Atlanta, Georgia. I had some big sponsors flying on that truck, Hardy Chevrolet, all those guys, and I can't thank all of them enough. My buddy that owns the truck, Dustin, thank you, dude. I couldn't do it without you.
With the freestyle points factored in, we can take a look at our final overall event leaderboard. So Bari Musauer, Ryan Anderson tied at 30 points, but Bari has the higher freestyle score, so he will win the event championship. Tom Mentz in third, Adam Anderson in fourth, and the same situation in fifth and sixth between Tyler Duke and Bryce Kenny. Freestyle score is the tiebreaker, and that rounds out our final BKT overall event top 5. Let's head back downstairs. Leslie Mears with our overall event champion, Bari Musauer.
And boy, Bari, what a difference a good night's sleep can make. This is a complete turnaround from your previous events here in Atlanta.
Yeah, it just goes to show that you kind of have to have amnesia about whenever you don't perform well. You just got to learn from that and don't let it linger in your mind. Come out here, give the fans what they want. I was motivated today, had family and a lot of friends here. So this means a lot, you know, to come here on a track we've never done before and actually come out on top with an overall event championship.
And that will do it for us in Atlanta. After a marathon 4 rounds, we shift focus to St. Louis. We'll be at the Dome at America Center for 3 incredible rounds of Monster Jam action. For Colt Stevens and Leslie Mears, I'm Scott Jordan. Good night from Atlanta, and we'll see you next time on Monster Jam.